Hi, welcome to Tony's British English. Now guess where I am. I'm in a very iconic part of London. I'm in a very iconic part of up west. Of course, I'm talking of the one and only Carnaby Street. Carnaby Street became really famous in the 60s as a centre for the mods and fashion, 60s fashion. So all the cool people would come to Carnaby Street. These days, it's kept its name, but it's been overtaken by big brands. For example, Levi's, Dr. Martens, Vans, so many big brands are here. But it still has kept its allure. It's very famous. Carnaby Street. Now today we're going to try something completely different. Today we are going to eat kaki because 私は牡蠣がです。私は牡蠣が好きです。私は牡蠣が好きです。はい。Now, oysters in English, oysters are very, very, very good for you. Why? Because they are full of protein, they are full of zinc, and they are full of antioxidants, I think, which clean the system. But also, somewhat controversially, oysters are supposed to be aphrodisiac. An aphrodisiac. What is an aphrodisiac? Well, it makes you want to, let's leave it at that. But I'm going to have a few tonight. And I'll hurry home. Right, so follow me, because here is a part of Carnaby Street which is devoted to eating and drinking. Pretty good. Over here, we have a ramen bar. Don't forget, ramen is becoming more and more popular in London. Shoryu ramen. Really popular. And this is our destination. The Wright brothers, not to be confused with people who invented flying, Wright brothers seafood merchant. And this is where I'm going to buy my oysters. Now I have a table booked for 3:30. Let's ask the proprietor. Okay, now why we come to this particular oyster bar is this reason. As you can see at the bottom, we have oysters £1. Woohoo! Between 3 and 6. So I'm going to take advantage of this brilliant deal and order oysters. Cool. Now, oysters are an acquired taste. An acquired taste. Which means it's not for everybody. Some people absolutely hate them. And I can see why. You're not supposed to eat them, chew them. You're supposed to, that's it, knock them back. We say in English, knock them back. If you're going to have oysters, you must have cold white wine. When I say cold, no, chilled white wine. Now, chilled white wine with oysters is a marriage made in heaven. Goodbye. 22.
22, amazing. Do you like anything else?
Another glass of wine?
The same again?
Yes, please.
Anything else? Some bread or...
And a long holiday. Thank
On
you.
holiday, I'm right there with you.
Thanks so much.
Bring you anything else. Would you like some more wine?
Yeah, why not? Thank you. I'm excited. I've never eaten so many oysters in one sitting because they're always really expensive. But here, they're £1 each, which is called happy hour. Now, happy hours were invented about 20 years ago. Everything is reduced. The prices are reduced for a short time, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours. So they have a massive reduction in price. Everyone comes in. It's a way of filling up a bar. So today, the oysters are £1 each. That's why I'm here. I can't wait. Also with oysters, there's no cooking involved. It's just washing and opening. But be careful. Dun, dun, dun. If you have what we call a bad oyster, you are very, very ill. You are so ill for about 5 hours. Now, when I say ill, I mean ill. So hopefully today we'll have some oysters which are not bad. But we have to be careful with seafood because one bad oyster can ruin your entire day. Watashi wa kaki ga suki desu. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Anything else that you need?
I'm okay, thank you. And here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, koku, etc. So, wow, you can smell the sea. You can smell the sea. Now I put the lemon, very important, over the oysters like this. Second thing, the all-important fork. You get the oyster like this. Like this. Oysters I've always seen as luxury, and I can see why. Notice, no chewing, just straight down. Now here in the middle is a sauce. Brilliant. We've got this sauce here, which is vinegar and shallot. And then you put that on here like this. Down the hatch. Okay. But you have to be careful with oysters. You can't really, I don't think, add anything to an oyster, because the flavors are very subtle, and you don't want a very strong flavor from something else. So I'm not going to have that anymore because I'm a purist. So all I'm going to have is lemon juice, because oysters are very, very delicate, I think. I would suggest they're better off just on their own with a little bit of lemon juice. I'm going to keep going because it's yummy. Now, which one? Yeah. My stomach is going to be full of oysters. Excuse me, I'm going to finish them off. Good luck. See you. Okay, that's me done. Here we have 22 oysters. And I've eaten I think I've eaten too many, never mind. My stomach is full of oyster. However, when you taste them, it does remind you of the sea, that salty taste. It's very evocative of the sea. It's been it's been a real treat for me to have so many oysters. But I think enough to last me a while. Anyway, thank you very much. That was my oyster. That was my oyster experience. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Goodbye.